Welcome to Magnet Minutes. I'm Jordan Kimmel with an update for February 15th, 2022. And today, rather than hearing me, special guest, good friend, Ziad Abdelnour. And Ziad, first of all, let me just say thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Jordan.
And I have to set it up a little bit. I've known folks, Ziad, for over 10 years. He was running one of the most interesting thought tanks, thought groups, basically in New York City, the Financial Policy Council, and it was meeting once a month with basically leaders from around the world, leaders from the United States. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed your first book, Economic Warfare, and you hold nothing back, Zia. And I know now you're mentoring a lot of people. You have a new book, Startup Saboteurs, which I think is real interesting. I have not read that in fair disclosure. So let's get started, Zia. This is really a financial show. We don't get that political, but what's interesting is I know you make the divide on politics, not so much between Republican and Democrat only. Tell me how you divide the big picture.
Well, I'm neither Republican nor Democrat. I'm a capitalist entrepreneur. I'm looking for wealth creation. I'm looking to empower people. I'm looking to educate people, hence the creation of the Financial Policy Council, which I actually still run, Jordan. Success for me is about empowering people. When you empower people, the circle of individuals who are educated in the wealth creation process expands. Everybody makes money. Money is not about acquiring things, flaunting it. It's about freedom. I define money for me is about freedom. The more money and independence you have, the more you're able to do what you want to do. Nothing to do with flaunting.
So the point I was bringing out, and you came right to it, is that it's a difference between capitalism and socialism. And I read your articles, so look, there's a lot of people, frankly, Ziad, that says the best days of not only America, but the world are behind us. I know you take a way different approach. There's technology happening. Only bad news makes the print. You know that. But the young people you're dealing with, tell me what they're doing, how you're counseling them, and what you think. I know you talked about 5 really important things, mindsets, if you will, that you need to have these days.
Look, a lot of people, I learned this a long time ago. When you talk about the past, you're old already. You're getting old. When you talk about the future, you're young. I'm very optimistic about the future. We had a hiccup in the last number of years. It will readjust, self-adjust. You cannot muzzle people. Eventually, they will wake up. They will rebel. They want freedom. They want independence. They want their families to be happy, wealthy, healthy, etc. You can't stop this. 5 points you were mentioning, I'll tell you what my 5 points are. Number 1, change your attitude. Solve the attitude, even success. Stop apologizing that you're privileged or that you're a capitalist or a free-spirited guy. Nothing to apologize for. Push back, or you will get pushed. Second, control your time much better. Stop wasting your valuable time on social media, bullshit, amplifying the propaganda of COVID-19 and vaccines. Change the narrative. Don't play in their hands. Also, I would add, learn how to manage your network, your career smartly. Successful people build networks. They don't slave at jobs. A lot of the people are doing jobs. They get so paranoid and nervous if there is a gap in their resume between one job and the other. It's pretty pathetic, frankly. Lose the emotion.
Okay.
Lose the emotion when managing, when managing your assets. You will never make real money, and you know that you're a money manager, by being a wimp and crumbling every time you see volatility in the market, whether in bitcoins, whether in stocks, whether in anything. Last but not least, and I discuss it extensively in my book, Startup Saboteurs, never pitch an idea where you don't have skin in the game. These are very simple principles anybody can apply. The sooner you apply these principles, the sooner you're going to be happy, successful, and prosperous. That's pretty much it.
I love it. Ziad, you know what? You talked about living in the past, mistake, thinking about the future. I know you also believe in something I believe in, which is living in the now,
Yeah,
understanding what's going on now.
yeah.
And you talk about no fear. That's, part of the thing I really believe in. But talk about, there's a mindset. I know I've seen you in meetings. I've seen your financial policy council. You talk about networking, the people you were able to bring there, and there's just no fear. It's about living in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Again and again, it's all in the attitude. Uh, you know, you have to look at the end of the day, really. I mean, first, let me tell you about the Financial Policy Council. Okay, we are just the beginning of a movement in the making. A place to answer the real tough questions, resolving issues, and creating real wealth. Short on words, long on actions. That's all that matters. And I strongly
Love
believe,
that.
yeah, I mean, this is key. I strongly believe that capitalism is still better than any other economic model on earth. Everything we have is because of capitalism. Why? Because someone out there had an incentive to get up off his ass and outsmart others, less capable, less intelligent, less ambitious, and less lucky, to make those capitalistic dreams come true. There's nothing wrong in that. All this equality, equity, this is all crap. We're not born equal, we don't live equal, and we don't die equal. There's always going to be some people smarter than others, more ambitious than others, more aggressive than others. You cannot lower the standard. You have to elevate, lift up people to those standards, not lower it so that we all feel good and mediocre. That's what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, today, this is what you see. For example, in class, there's no winner and loser. Everybody gets a lollipop. Everybody feels happy, feel good.
Right.
Well, that's wrong. Sometimes you have to feel crap to really excel. Look at Steve Jobs. They fired him from a company he founded, Apple. He came back in full force, fired them all, and built $1 trillion company. This is because there's something that was brewing in him that forced him to do that. Sometimes failure like this, and when you reach rock bottom, should push you to say, I'm not going to take this crap, and I'm going to really succeed. So sometimes it's okay to feel bad, because it's an incentive to start feeling you're good and excel and improving. You only learn from your failures. You don't learn from your successes. So it's okay to fail and fail and fail. It's okay. Lincoln failed. Abraham Lincoln failed 58 times in his life before he became president.
Right.
There's nothing wrong in that.
Get knocked down 9 times, get up 10.
Yes.
And look, I know, Ziad, you have a really warm heart, and I know there's got to be a safety net for people at the bottom. Not everyone is capable, but the approach that you take, that there's no upper limit, and there's no reason to be afraid of reaching the upper limit. And I know that you've come to this country and you've made a tremendous success. I know that I've met your 2 young men that are doing great in business, and not because you put them there, but because they learned the hard work, the effort to get out of bed in the morning. And look, I just really appreciate your message. There's a lot of people right now that are just thinking the future is awful, what happened to the world. And I know that from the ashes come new leaders. And I know that you are a current leader, and I really look forward to more time at the Financial Policy Council. I love what you're doing for young people, mentoring them, and anything that I'm kind of leaving out that you want to bring out to everybody.
I mean, the future is bright. Look, there's never been a time in history, Jordan, where you can make more money than today, because you have different asset classes that never existed before, plus the internet, plus the technology, cryptocurrency, crowdfunding, stocks, bonds, real estate, private equity, Nifty, REITs, everything. Never been a better time. The opportunities are there. You don't want to be flooded by information. You want to be very laser-like focused as what you do best and go for it. The sky is the limit. It's up to you. It's not up to the government. The government is not here to save you. It doesn't really care about you. You're just a number, a voting number. They want your vote so that they can get more power and more control. That's fine. If you really like somebody, vote for him. Fine. But at the end of the day, you come first. You get paid first. You build your future first. Don't let anybody dissuade you from that. And there's nothing wrong in that. It's not being a capitalist pig or egoistic or anything like that. No. You really have to take care of yourself first to be able to take care of others, to be able to empower others, and to be happy. And once you do that, you're happy. That's my philosophy.
Okay. Well, Ziad, you're living the dream. I will also have to say to the listeners, some of the best meals I've ever had were the healthy meals at one of your restaurants.
Yeah.
And I know eat well, think well, be strong, and there's really no embarrassment about finishing first. And
Exactly.
I really appreciate that message.
And there is no embarrassment in failure. Failure makes you stronger. You learn, as long as you learn from it. You can make a mistake once, twice. As long as you learn from it, you become stronger.
Hey, Ziad, we've both been around the block. We both have been knocked down in the past. And frankly, the best partners, the best mentors are the folks that have been knocked down, understand what it does like to taste a little maybe of your own blood,
Yeah,
and to get up and win.
absolutely.
So Ziad, it's really a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you soon. It's really a pleasure having you on Magnet Minutes. It's Ziad Abdelnour, and Ziad, I love what you're doing for other people, and just keep up the strong message.
Thank you so much for your support, Jordan, and I'll see you soon.
You got it, my friend. First, this is Magnet Minutes, and this is for the informed investor. Thanks so much for joining us, Ziad.